messed up.
How do you say yarrow?
Welcome to How Do You Say Yarrows?
How do you say yarrow? How do you say yarrow?
It'll be all the fun in the world. Yo, let me break it down for you now. Welcome to the H to the O to the W, DOYOUSAYAYAROS question mark. How do you say yarrows?
Wow, nice.
No, the sad part is I had to really think hard about how to spell all of that.
I was really confused when you said D. I was like, there's no D in yarrow.
Yeah, but how do?
Right, that's what I remembered that. That's why I didn't interrupt you.
Yo, do.
For real. But like, how you doing? How you doing?
Yo. It is a beautiful fall day. First day of fall today, actually.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hey.
And we are taking a walk with baby Seth around the yard. He is in his bassinet
Around the
covered.
yard? Yeah, that's hilarious.
I mean,
We
it's...
don't have a yard?
Yeah, well, we don't.
I guess this is our yard. It's our neighborhood. It's our yard.
I wanted to move away from
We
our
have a
neighborhood.
hugest yard.
I want private property with a fence, an acre.
No, I love this. Okay, so yeah, we're walking around with Seth in our yard. Go on.
Or is it a prison term? We're in the yard.
It's all good.
Really open.
It's cool. Be cool.
Multiple interpretations of this.
Cool.
I feel like that's more of where I am in our condo complex.
Okay.
The
I don't
yard.
feel that way at all.
Yeah, Gabby would stay in the condo area forever.
Forever, absolutely.
And I would move away, and I'd like to not be able to see our nearest neighbor.
I love this. I love not having to maintain more rooms. It's beautiful.
I want nothing but maintenance and to build.
So, and the other great thing about today, it's first day of fall, and
It's fall.
Seth is in the most adorable. He's in a hoodie, guys.
And
First time ever wearing a hoodie. I was really
and-
worried about putting it on him. I thought it'd be difficult.
the pants were, and he's wearing UGG boots.
Legit wearing UGG boots.
Obviously,
right now.
so-
Oh my gosh, I'm really glad you had to put them on him because
They
Seth's
won't make
feet
them
are
long.
big.
Yeah.
And they are not going to last long. I
No,
think
no.
he's just fitting in them right now.
Yeah, they're at the end of their life
BT'd
cycle.
up, he's like 7.5 weeks.
Yeah. So, and also I want to put out a tweet later on. It'd be like, ladies, digits.
And also those UGG boots were supposed to be like for like December. It is September.
Well, I'm sorry, he's gonna be too big. Can't do
Maybe
anything
he'll
about it.
stay that size. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't know if it. Anyway, that's not what we're talking
No,
about
it's not.
today.
Okay,
That's
let's do
just
it.
our chatter beforehand. Sorry, Liam.
I'm so sorry. Continue. What are we talking
I'm
about?
not sorry. I love our chatter. Hey,
Hey, what are we talking about?
today we are talking about home cooked meals. A couple ways that we'll be looking at this is what are your favorite home cooked meals? Who makes them? Is there seasonal type things that you're like, like that you enjoy season? What our personal things are favorite to make.
Okay.
So, because yet again, your favorite home cooked meal might not be always what we make, but
wonderful,
all right.
wonderful.
So, let's go with this. Let's break it down from the beginning. Gabby, as a child,
Okay.
so let's call it from like 0 to 18.
Okay. My first nostalgic memory of like home cooked meal.
I was gonna say your favorite childhood youth home cooked meal, because
okay.
this is really the assumption that, in my mind, at least, break it down for this.
Okay.
That meal will be like a meal that you obviously did not cook for yourself.
Yeah.
It really is something out of legend.
Okay. I've got a couple. Can we do a couple?
Oh yeah. This is not like it could be a series, but the key thing is who made them as well.
Okay. So first thing I thought of is literally buttered noodles with salt on them.
That is so disappointing.
No. But they are so nostalgic for me, and it's from my grandma
Viewers.
on my mom's side. I have a lot of great cooks in my family, so don't take this to think that I have no good cooks. But
out of
it's
all the
just-
great cooks,
when
you chose buttered noodles.
When you said the first one of my childhood, that's the one I thought of. That's a meal I love, and my grandma would make that. So my grandpa, on my mom's parents, my grandpa, he's a cook actually.
Yeah.
But
so
my
obviously the
grandma
buttered
is
noodles.
not a cook,
No.
and she one of the one things she would make was butter noodles. She would also make Eggo waffles and make sure there's butter in each one, and Klondike bars. She would cut them in half for us. And there you go. I'm thinking of the butter noodles with salt on them. I absolutely love that. And then also thinking of my
cannot
youth.
express how disappointing that answer is to me.
Oh my gosh, but it's so nostalgic. I bet a lot of people
I didn't ask
have
for
that.
nostalgic. I asked for favorite.
Favorite and nostalgic, I guess, are linked for me.
I just can't imagine that
Favorite, nostalgic is a positive connotation.
out of all the food
And you
items,
said childhood.
out of all the food items, you chose buttered noodles.
Honestly, if you gave me that option right now, I would eat it.
I know
That's
it's actually
so good.
for the record, it's
You
really
love it.
No, I'm very disappointed when you choose butter noodles and things.
How are you? Wait, you're disappointed in me?
Yes.
In regular life? When
Yes.
What?
No, we'll have this sauce, we'll have a meal, and Gabby will choose butter noodles. It always infuriates me.
Really?
I'm so
I
disappointed.
had no idea. But now you know why. My grandma's meal.
I don't think that's an excuse.
I also, she would give so much butter and salt. It was fantastic.
So is this where your butter love comes from?
Oh my gosh, probably. My grandma loved butter.
I know.
I love butter.
Gabby
We're learning so
loves-
much about ourselves.
She loves
This
butters.
is amazing.
Oh wait, pause for a moment here.
All right, yes.
So ladies and gentlemen, we just want to get a
All
picture
right.
of Seth.
And then my other one that I can tell you
And wait, scoot that
while he is doing this. My other favorite is my Aunt Lady. So this is a Puerto Rican aunt on my dad's side. She would make a lot of amazing food. So many different Puerto Rican dishes.
way. Do we want to put him on that bench?
People would buy it. Yeah, we're gonna pause our video real
Pause.
quick.
We're back.
So-
we
yes,
had a
we're
cute
back.
we had a cute
Photo shoot.
Photo.
Okay, so
Bobby.
my Aunt Lady, there's so many things that I used to love, but the first thing that comes to mind with her is she would make bacalao, which is codfish,
Oh.
and it was amazing. And she would make it with like
Childhood's
plantains,
so different.
plantains and stuff, and peppers and onions and everything. And it would always be like a special thing. My sister was a vegetarian, so I think it was like kind of came up from like, you got to make Caitlin fish, but like it would always be like, I'm making this for you guys. This is special for you guys. So that's another big time childhood.
I love it.
And yeah, Lady is gone now. Actually, we live
Aw.
where Lady used to live.
Yeah, she
So-
left us a great home.
It's so special because like when I'm cooking in there, and especially if I'm making like tostones or something, I
Gabby
literally
loves tostones.
I love that. And that's just like a lifetime favorite meal. But
Girl and her plantains.
when I make those, like I literally am standing where she stood, and I think of like Lady, and it's really cool. Like it's it brings her
That's
right
very
back.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That is, despite my joking about the codfish, that is beautiful.
What about you? Childhood favorite home
So
cooked?
I've got 3.
Okay, I think I had a third, but I can't remember. Go on.
We could come
It
back.
might come
This
back.
isn't a formal thing.
Okay, continue.
It is formal in some ways. We are obviously sponsored by no one, so Jesus.
What is your favorite?
So my
Home cooked
Baba,
childhood. Yeah.
which is my grandma. I don't know why we called her Baba, but that's what we called her.
Fun.
She used to make potato pancakes, which I loved. It's a very Polish thing to do, so it was just, she was great at them. She'd make them, and it would stink up the whole house, but that's the beauty of them. They're just, it's a greasy potatoes. It's amazing.
Very important dish.
Yeah.
Very important in your family. I've
very
heard them talk of
historically
it.
important.
So is that the recipe that they follow?
I think very similar. Yeah, there might be some small alterations, but that is the
Oh, wow, that's a
the
magical
recipe overall.
Awesome.
The second dish that I got was from my mom.
Thank you.
I loved her baked macaroni. Still do. It's
Oh.
my favorite version of baked macaroni.
Oh.
Yes, there's a heavy sauce component to
Yes,
it
yes.
that others are more reliant on cheese. Hers uses a lot of sauce, and I love
Like
it.
red sauce.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like it's
I've
really more
experienced
pie.
it now.
Yeah.
Once, right? She made it when I was there.
I think so. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just a different form. To me, that is
Totally
mac
different.
and cheese.
Aww.
And then I loved my dad's pizza. He was always making pizza. He is an excellent, especially as a child, he's an excellent cook, as
I
always.
was gonna say he made that as you guys were children.
Oh yeah, he did pizza a ton as kids when we were kids. So I mean, my dad's even more diverse cooking now, but as kids especially, pizza was like something he was particularly big into at the time. So
Really?
yeah. I mean, he still does it occasionally now, but now he's more. I think he's diversified a lot more. He does a lot more baking now than when we were kids.
Aw.
He did quite a bit then too, but now I think with like retirement, he has more time to explore that, which I think he really enjoys.
Yes. And that actually reminds me, my third one.
Oh yeah, what you got?
For childhood is my sister would always make like all desserts. Like Kayla would make real food too growing up, but she was known for her desserts.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I've experienced some of her desserts. They're delightful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like now she can't do it with her hands, but other people are her hands, but we'll still make
No.
her recipes, and so Adam has had those at this
Well,
point.
she's like Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen. He is the chef. She just doesn't. She doesn't have to debase herself with the actual work.
Very true. So she, so the nostalgia, it would be her chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, okay, very nice.
All day, every day. So like, she would make those chocolate chip cookies. I don't even know. Me and Liam might have her make them weekly, like
Nice.
growing up.
Okay.
And she would always do it without complaint. And like, she would just do it. Like nowadays, like if we had to make chocolate chip cookies, like Liam will cajole, maybe he'll cajole me, and I'll do it like every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I still like it, but like for me, like it does require effort. Like I have to think while I make them and stuff. Caitlin she would do without thinking. We're all watching a show. She wouldn't even think about getting up to bake them off. Like, it was like enjoyable for her. We loved it. We would always get to eat the dough.
Yeah.
And always get to eat the cookies, like as many as we want. And she would make them whenever.
Nice.
So it's great.
Okay. So now as an adult, what is the dish that you feel you brings out your best in home cooking? That you represent the home cooking with?
That I make, or one that I like now as like something that I'll ask someone to make home.
Oh, let's go
cooked
both
dish.
ways here.
Okay.
So the first one is, what
Okay.
would you like as an adult? It could be anyone
Yes.
that you would ask them to make as a home cooked dish. And then what is the dish you feel is, you feel great about as a home cook?
Okay. All right. The dish that I would ask people to make.
Yeah.
I have two again. So one is that I would ask my mom. First of all, my mom makes us food at least weekly.
Yep, she's a
There
great cook.
are a bunch of
Great
staples
cook.
that I love, but what recently I have asked her to make in recent years, like for my birthday and stuff, is chicken and waffles.
Is she doing that tonight?
She is doing that tonight.
Hot dang, Miss Charlene.
It's not my birthday, but now what's great about it is, so, you know, because I've asked her to make it for my birthday, which I felt bad because I was like, this is kind of like a complicated dish. But mom will always do it. Like, you ask her to make it for your birthday, anytime really, but she'll do it. And
I think
she's
she
never
enjoys
made
it
it
too.
before. And she just does it. Like, and mom doesn't make a big deal out of it. She's just like, oh yeah, I've never made it before. All right, let me try it. And she's just like real nonchalant about it. Tries it, not perfectionist at all about it. Just like, whatever, pulled up some recipe. And it was delicious. So the great thing about this one was everybody else loved it too. So people have been badgering her to make it again since my birthday. So now we're getting chicken and waffles again, and it's just delicious. I love chicken and waffles. I'll get it like anywhere we can when we go out to eat, because I love to. Everybody does it different, but I gotta say my mom's was my favorite so far.
That makes
it
sense.
was
Your mom does a great
amazing.
chicken and waffles.
It was amazing. So, and then the other thing that I will request to be made at any time,
Okay.
your dad's cake.
Oh, that's good stuff right there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Steve Yaros is an amazing cook, baker, everything. And there are a lot of home cooked dishes that I like have favorites of for him actually. But I will pretty much always, if there's ever a shot to get one of his desserts, give me any dessert from him. But there's a chocolate cake that he makes, and he makes vanilla buttercream with it, sometimes chocolate buttercream with it. It's legit amazing. I gotta say his slab pie is also my favorite with that. So either of those, or like one of his pies, like he makes his own crust, everything's homemade. I would ask for it anytime. So those are my go-tos. Go ahead, what's your,
You know, I gotta go
what do you
with
ask people?
my dad's slab pie is amazing.
It's so
yeah,
good.
yeah. So it's kind of like a lesser, there's a distinctive crust to it. So it's a thinner pie essentially.
Yeah, meaning you can put down like a whole one by yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's less filling.
Yeah, I mean, my dad's a great cook, so if I could choose many dishes from him. I'm gonna just choose the slab pie.
Great choice.
As a standard in
Great
there,
choice.
because that is one that is just exceptional from him.
He'll switch up like what fruits he puts in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
He has a good crust. I think that's the difference.
He makes a ridiculous
Great crust
It's
on
true.
there. Great crust. You know, so I think that's one of the key things for me right now.
Yeah,
I would also throw out. I think both of our dads are great grillers, but I do love your dad's hamburgers. I think he does a great job. I believe he's a very patient man.
True.
And he just, he has a good timing on him.
That's
He does
true.
good work on his burgers, especially the sliders.
That's true. I never knew how much patience is in grilling.
There, it's just you can't rush it. It's
No.
because if you go too quick, you'll burn if you have it too hot, you'll sear the outside. Depending upon what you're cooking,
Yeah.
you'll cook the outside, but the inside won't be cooked to the desired temperature.
Yeah.
You go too slow, and you could just not. It might take forever. It's a interesting art. All right, so.
Okay.
What food do you think represents? Last question.
Yes.
Represents
My
your
home cooking.
Yeah. If you were to say this is me.
Yeah. Okay. Representative of my home cooking.
Yep.
I would say it would have to be actually the I'm saying rice and either taco meat or rice and the salsa chicken that I make.
Oh, I think the salsa chicken is your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't made this in a while, but just because I actually had an aversion to it during pregnancy. But before that, we all we'll always eat it. We would eat at least monthly, I feel like.
Yeah, it was a very spicy, shredded chicken,
Yeah.
and it was exceptional.
I got the recipe from my friend Chandrika. It's so easy. Basically what you do, if you have an Instant Pot, you put chicken in it and your favorite sauces, and I like to mix it up, which types of sauces I would do. You put it in the Instant Pot, and then later you get shredded chicken. It's like an amazing dish. I like to put like beans and corn in it too.
Yeah.
To like make it really full, but it's so good. And then like I love rice with it. Adam and I have always started putting coconut oil in our rice because it gives a little something extra, so that's what we do.
Lock and load.
It's one of my favorite, and it's also so easy, so that's why it has to represent my home cooking.
Yeah, yeah.
I like easy. If it has less ingredients, you've got me.
Oh yeah.
Simple, that's good, so I don't get stressed out. So we're actually gonna make that again. I just have to we have to get the other piece of our Instant Pot.
I think it works.
All right, we're gonna try it. That'll come back. Go ahead. What's your you have so many dishes. This is hard for you.
You know, I don't have that many dishes.
I mean,
You know, right now, I mean, I think if somebody were to say what you're bringing,
tough.
I'm a bread person. I do a
Yeah.
lot of bread baking now.
Yep.
So that I think would be probably what I'd be asked to do.
yeah. Okay.
Like I'm thinking if you could bring this to meal or something, that's what I'm currently in.
That's true.
So-
You've made that for a lot of holidays.
I do enjoy making
Given
bread
it
a
to
lot.
a lot of people, yeah.
I do enjoy making ziti and lamb stew. I want to expand some. Oh, and I haven't done white chicken chili in a long time,
That's
actually.
true. We'll have to go back. Well, the fall's coming.
Yeah,
We were in this-
that's more of
we're
a
in this
yeah. I want to throw out what I would really like to get into.
Ooh.
I am very excited. I want to get into grilling.
Oh, fabulous.
So I've had this for quite some years. And you know, I've talked
Yes.
to you about this. One of the flaws of the yard in the prison sense.
Our beautiful condo area that we live in, that we love. Go on.
The yard is you cannot do any type of grilling aside from electric because it's a fire hazard, which to be fair it is,
yeah.
in a very crowded complex.
Yeah.
So I've been very excited for the day where, you know, I have no interest in buying an electric grill because that's illogical and for the insane. But I am excited particularly to do charcoal grilling.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
So I want to do a very smoky thing. I'm very excited. I want to get a big green egg, which is like a massive particularly good if you want to do smoking. Also for like just straight grilling, a lot of options on this thing. And
Very cool.
I've been very excited for years, and
I'm very excited for you to do that. I love to eat that.
I will cook all the things for you,
Sounds fantastic.
starting with a llama.
I don't have any huge aspirations for my home cooking other than to just, you know, I guess one aspiration legit is to just have go-to meals, have more go-to meals. Like as Seth is getting bigger and when he eventually gets into real food and stuff, like I think something that can be tough with home cooking is that what are we gonna cook? You know, like
Yeah.
you're at, like we'll do food shopping and it's like, well, what are we gonna cook this week? And you'd rather have done food shopping one time for the week, so you kind of got to think ahead and think like, what am I gonna want to eat? For me, it's very hard to know what I'm gonna want to eat in 3 days, like 4 days. You know, it's hard enough to know what I'm gonna want to eat today.
Yeah.
So that is very hard. Like I don't know what will end up working, but I'd love to have some type of, you know, I know some people, like their families, like they always eat X, Y, and Z on Tuesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, or whatever. I don't know that we have to be that ordered, but we never have been. I didn't grow up that way.
No,
But if we just have,
we didn't either.
I think we're kind of, we knew this when we got married, like we try to start building like go-to dishes.
Yeah.
So as we have those, I think it would be cool to like be able to be more and more fluent with them, you know, and I just feel like that would make making home cooked meals easier.
Yeah.
And my mom's always been like that. Like my mom, she could decide what she's making like during the workday. She pops off at ShopRite on the way home, and then she whips it up, and she has like 10 people eating at her home like
Sure.
every night. And she's just so fluent with it.
Yeah.
The best way I can describe. That would be my goal for home cooking.
Yeah, I get
To
that.
not have to perseverate on it. You know, part of the difficulty with home cooking sometimes is like going to the food store and getting the stuff for me.
Sure.
It's like, what do I really need? And like thinking ahead like that. So just that whole process, being fluent, like able to think on my feet.
Yeah, I get that. I
So
think.
kind of the way Caitlin used to always make us cookies.
Yep.
Just like, no big deal. I'll cook like chicken parm tonight or like whatever it is. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
The way my mom will like just, oh yeah, I'll make you chicken waffles. Like that's no big
Yeah.
deal. I've never made it before, but who cares? I'll try it. These are the 5 ingredients, whatever.
Yeah.
10 ingredients, and then just do it. So that's my goal.
I love it. I think one of my goals would be
Yeah.
not really so much home cooking, but when we have a house, a full-size freezer,
Ooh.
and which allows like maximum storage for the year.
Uh-huh.
So my dream would be, and Gabby did this actually prior to Seth arriving, was dough days, where she would make
Oh,
a
yeah,
ton of dough.
yes.
So I think for me, one of the dreams I would have would be could we do like, I don't know, maybe it's over Christmas or it's just a fun day, I don't know, like on a break or whatever it is.
So fun, yeah.
Hey, we are just making, you know, we're making 30 pounds of cookie dough.
Yes.
So, and then, you know, having a couple of those things just like ready to go. So, or same way with like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of like an easy dish, lamb stew, whatever it is.
Right.
Like, you know,
Something
you just,
freezable.
yeah. We're actually, well, we'll make it for today for this meal, but we're also
Right.
making like 5 times the normal amount of it.
So
but now
good.
we're good. So like you have instant meals prepared
A little
for,
bit of meal prep.
Yeah.
That likens back to one of our old episodes on meal prep.
yeah. And it would be
Yeah.
like, you know, particularly for maybe some more of the unusual meals
Yeah.
or like, you know, 1 or 2 more complicated
That's
ones
smart.
where
Right. You
actually,
already did all the work.
yeah, like say like lamb stew.
Right.
We don't really stock lamb on the day to day.
Right,
But
right.
so it'd be versus like, okay, could this really be helpful to have done?
Very clever. No, I love that. I totally am with you on the goal of dough day.
Yeah.
I want to build some dough days into our future. We're gonna make a lot of cookie dough.
Yep.
Because we love to have frozen cookie dough
Yep. It's very
in our
convenient.
fridge, and then we just bake them up. Because I love a fresh cookie.
Well, and Gabby does it great too. It was her idea, and it's so smart. She sorts them into balls beforehand, so it's not like you have to thaw an entire cookie dough pallet. So it really allows, like, okay,
Yeah.
actually, like, we'll do cookies quite a bit, but we aren't baking whole trays. It's
Yeah.
like, actually, okay, what do we want tonight and tomorrow? Like 7 cookies, 10 cookies.
Right.
So that way, and we'll do it quite often, but
Yeah.
this way it's always like, okay, your dough, you're not getting a stale cookie. It's a very fresh cookie.
Yeah. Because before we were, I would make them into a roll, the cookie dough,
Yep.
and then you would slice it and bake it, which is great. It does take longer to make them into balls than to freeze, but that's so much easier to pull out the couple
Oh,
of
yeah.
balls and then
It allows you to eat it a lot more in your timeline.
It does.
Yep.
This is getting me all motivated.
I love it. Well,
I love it too.
thanks for joining us talking about our favorite home cooked meals.
Thanks.
Make sure to follow me, Adam Yaris, at Instagram, and email us at howdoyousayyaris@gmail.com.
And share any easy home cooked recipes.
Yes, please. Bye.